Hello, my name is Linda Strauss. I am a psychologist and I am here today to talk to you about mindfulness and self-care. And as you know, mindfulness is a huge topic in its own, and journaling is so important and so much part of that. But self-care, the same. And that is something that we usually neglect. So just to start off, we're not going to waste a lot of time. It is quite two very intense subjects that we're trying to put together, and I am going to ask you to take the time to focus on this. So if you have to pause your video in between, so I'm going to ask you nicely to come back and focus on the mindfulness first. And if you see that that has elicited a lot of responses and you would like to stay with the mindfulness exercise and answer those questions, please take the time, pause your video, come back at another occasion, and then rather do your self-care. The self-care takes quite a bit of time. So for today's session or sessions, I am going to ask you to have your Arch and Olive journal close by. So today it's the yellow one. I am going to ask you to have, I have the calligraph pen to do our session today with, which is quite nice because we're not going to work with small numbers or letters. So I'm going to ask you to have that at hand, and then I'm going to ask you to first find yourself, and of course, a very important thing, your cell phone. So wherever your cell phone is, just drag that closer, and then we're ready for our session today. Now get in a comfortable position, preferably in a chair. Sit upright with your feet flat on the floor, your arms and legs uncrossed, and your hands resting in your lap, palms up or down, whichever is more comfortable for you. Allow your eyes to close gently or focus on a blank wall. Take a few moments to get in touch with the physical sensations in your body, especially the sensations of touch or pressure where your body makes contact with a chair or the floor. Spend a few moments focusing on your breathing, watching your breath come into your body and then leaving your body. Slowly in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. With every breath in, calmer, breathing any stress, any panic, worry out. Slowly in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you're breathing and experiencing those deep breathing going in and out, I want you to start at the top of your head, just slowly scanning through your body, just feeling what your body is telling you without any judgment, without any concern, just slowly becoming aware of bodily sensations. Starting at your head, top of your head, slowly progressing down through your eyes, down your cheekbones, your ears, nose, mouth. Is there any tension in your jaw perhaps? Anything in your neck? in your muscles, in your shoulders, going down your arms, slowly, non-judgmental, just feeling your body, just experiencing where are you currently today. Your fingertips, feeling each finger slowly moving. What are your body telling you? Then your chest, your rib cage, down your spine, your stomach. What is your body telling you? What's happening in your stomach? Your lower back. Is there anything there? Your buttocks. All the way down your legs, your knees, your calves, into your ankles, your feet, and every little toe. Just slowly scanning your body. And just do that for a few seconds, going up again. Becoming aware with self-compassion, with gentleness, with acceptance. What are your body telling you today? What are your body telling you at this very moment? What is happening? And now, as we are more aware of our breathing, and we are aware of our body, we can now connect with the other aspects of ourselves. And it is okay for our mind to wander. Your mind can wander. It is okay for your mind to wander away to your thoughts, worries you might have, any images, bodily sensations or feelings. Notice these thoughts and feelings and acknowledge their presence. Just observe passively the flow of your thoughts, one after another, without trying to figure out their meaning or their relationship to one another. As best you can, bring an attitude of allowing and gentle acceptance to your experience. There is nothing to be fixed. Simply allow your experience to be your experience without needing it to be anything other than what it is. Now, in your mind, imagine sitting next to a stream, a beautiful stream. As you gaze at the stream, you notice a number of leaves on the surface of the water. Keep looking at the leaves and watch them slowly drift downstream past you, slowly drifting past you. Beautiful leaves, big ones and small ones, different color ones. Now when thoughts pop into your mind, I want you to put each thought on a leaf and observe the leaf as it comes closer to you. Then watch the leaf slowly moving away from you, eventually drifting out of sight. Return to gazing at the stream, waiting for the next leaf to float by with a new thought. If one comes along again, watch it come closer to you and then let it drift out of sight. think whatever thoughts you think and allow them to float freely on each leaf, one by one. Just imagine your thoughts floating by like leaves down the stream. You can also allow yourself to take the perspective of the stream bed. Being the stream bed, you hold each of the leaves and notice the thought that each leaf carries as it sails by. You do not need to interfere with them. Just let them flow and do what they do. Then when you are already observing your thoughts and you have let the leaves go downstream, I want you to let them gradually go, widening your attention to taking the sounds around the room that you are in. Take a moment to make the intention to bring the sense of gentle allowing and self-acceptance into the present moment. Feeling your body against the chair, feeling your feet firmly pushing into the floor, perhaps hearing some sounds outside. Just becoming aware of yourself and where you are currently. Moving your fingers, moving your toes. And slowly, when you are ready, taking a breath or two, deep breath in and out, before opening your eyes and joining me for the rest of our session. When we focus and do these mindfulness exercises, we are now investing in ourselves, and this is called self-care. These are not luxury time, these are necessary. These are investment. There's a few things that when we do a good mindfulness exercise is important to remember. The first is the word acknowledge. Acknowledge your thoughts and feelings in a non-judgmental and kind way. Secondly, connect with your body. Become aware of your body. What does your body tell you? Are you tired? Perhaps you need better sleep hygiene. Are you hungry? Are you stressed? Perhaps your tension sits in your shoulders like it does in mine, usually if I am quite overworked. Perhaps your lower back is sore of sitting in front of a computer, or perhaps shoulders or neck. Becoming more aware and in tune with your body. So the second one is connect. And the third step in mindfulness, to be 100% striving to be present, is to engage with your immediate environment. That doesn't mean the one that I had 5 or 10 minutes ago. That means the one that I have here. The table I can feel, my cup that I can pick up, or the cell phone, the laptop, the bright lights, knowing what is immediately happening around me. So in your journal, I want you to write the acronym ACE down: acknowledge, connect, and engage. Mindfulness. What is mindfulness? John Kabat-Zinn said mindfulness is the presence of the heart. Mindfulness is maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, our feelings, our bodily sensations, and the surrounding environment. And here is where the magic happens. And one of our biggest challenges, it is through a gentle, nurturing lens. And how many of us can look at ourselves, whether it is our bodies, sometimes what we think about ourselves or our behavior and what we feel, without any judgment, without being self-critical. Mindfulness does not happen overnight. Mindfulness takes practice. Like anything in life, takes practice. So how does mindfulness tie in with self-care? Mindfulness is part of self-care. I need to know how I'm doing in terms of what my thoughts are, what I'm feeling, how my body is doing, how healthy I am, because I am a holistic being. I am multifaceted. I am not one-dimensional. I am not just spiritual or just emotional or just logical. I am so much more. So I want you to look at this quote from Benjamin Franklin that said, "If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail." So today we are going to do a self-care plan, because how many of us do have a self-care plan? I almost want to put most of my money on the majority of people don't have a plan. Yes, you have some good ideas, but not a structured plan that you are committed. So if you don't plan, you will not commit to yourself and you don't prioritize yourself. So I want you to just look at your cell phone at the moment. Just take your cell phone, have a look at your cell phone. And what is the battery life on your cell phone currently? So in your journal, just write my cell phone. And my cell phone currently has got 87%. If I have forgotten to charge myself, what do I do? What do all of us do when we at least get in bed at night? I go and fetch my charger. It is actually next to my bed. I plug in my phone. I'm too happy because it's always nice and available, and my phone charges. And the next day, fully charge. What does sleep supposed to do for all of us? Charge us. Is that the only thing that it does? Sleep alone cannot charge us, and that is self-care. So when you did the mindfulness exercise, I hope you were able to identify what your body is telling you, where you are emotionally, what your thought processes are. And if you can now be honest and just take a minute, just a few seconds, and just think, where do you think you are emotionally, physically, your thought processes? If you have to give me a percentage, where my cell phone is 87%, it's now after 9 at night. I had a full day, it's a Friday evening, and I'm thinking, I am at least. So after you gave yourself a few seconds, I just want you to write down, where are you? What is your percentage? And if you look at my cell phone and my percentage, which is running at 63%, I can definitely say that I need some charging. But there's a long weekend here in New Zealand that is booked, so I will be having some great time away. It's whose responsibility to look after your self-care. Mine, your partners, your children's, your managers. It's called self-care because it is your responsibility. My self-care is my responsibility, like your self-care is your responsibility. We can never be angry or resentful towards others if we don't look after ourselves. That is our responsibility. Talking about that, let's do a little bit of a list. So, I want you to make a column and write in your book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just on your next page. Do a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going down, and write your current priorities. What are your current priorities in life? Is it work, partner, kids? What is important? Just write that down. From the most important to the least important. Just make that list. As soon as you finish with that, just refer to the slide and now make another 5 points next to your current priorities and list what would your ideal list look like if you could prioritize your life the way you want to. Not the quantity of time that you're spending on your priorities, but the quality. From what is most important in your life to least important. Take a few moments. Now that you've done the list, let's have a look. Are the lists the same? Does it differ a lot? Is the list two opposites from each other? Is your number 1 your number 5 on your ideal list? Where are you on the list? Are you even on your priority list? Make a few notes in your journal about where you are. And please date that list, that you are sure you have a date to work on. Where you are currently today. Your list might change tomorrow. Remember, we are in the present, working with what's happening now. So now, being part of creating what we want in life, looking after ourselves, specifically if you're not on your current list, I want you to focus and have a look at the self-care wheel that is in front of you. You will see that there is 6 types or aspects of self-care, and we need all 6 of these to have a balanced wheel. We cannot just focus on physical self-care, for example, and not look after our spiritual well-being or our emotional well-being or professional well-being. So I really want you to take some time, just journal, pause the video. At this moment you can be creative. You can either make a wheel, if you want to, you can make columns, and just dot using those headings of physical, professional, personal, spiritual, emotional, and psychological self-care. Use those 6 headings and dot at the moment what you're doing. Just capture all that information. You are more than welcome to print this out. I have referred at the bottom, you will see it is the self-care assessment worksheet that this self-care wheel has been captured from. And it has been adapted, and we use it with success in a lot of pain, chronic pain clients that we work with. Specific chronic illness, we look after ourselves. Unfortunately, if we don't look after ourselves, we will be forced to look after ourselves. On the next slide, after you have mapped and captured your current self-care, I want you to look at a few things. The first one is, what do you value? Then ask yourself, what do you need now? Remember, I might not need a lot of, let's say, bubble baths at the moment. I might like it, but I might not need it because I'm a mom. But I might prefer having more time in nature to unwind. So my wheel of self-care will change as my needs and my phases in life change, as long as I strive for balance. Then create a list of self-care activities that you have done. What would you benefit from adding? So look at those suggestions. If you are not a person that are, let's say, somebody that believes in affirmations, I am safe, I am loved, I am good enough, and you do not want to do that for yourself, you do not have to add something like affirmations. If you are not a gym bunny like me, please do not add gym, because then you will just set yourself up for failure and then feel bad afterwards. But rather put it in movement, like walking and tramping, some things that you enjoy, and yoga and stretches. So still do something that is good for you, but something that you will commit at and that will be a joy, rather than feel like punishment. Create a self-care plan and then set some simple goals around this. Very simple. Yoga class once a week. You have children, very difficult to just have that hour for yourself. See if you can juggle your time around. Either go early morning, let your partner drop the children off, or perhaps go on a Saturday morning before they're even awake. See if you can commit to yourself 1 hour a week to just bring some movement into your life. Looking at your sleep hygiene, try and cut out all technology 2 hours before you go to sleep. Do not drink coffee after 1 in the afternoon. All those basic little things. It does not have to be difficult. It is just a commitment to yourself, because you matter. And then keep track of your progress. Decide how you are doing on a daily basis. And again, I'm going to refer you back to your journal. Use the tools that you have. Please do not write things on a cell phone or a laptop. I know it's convenient, but there is a process that happens when we journal. That is the connection with our mind and our emotions and our body when we sit and we journal through our feelings and our thoughts. And that is the process of spending time connecting with ourselves, engaging with the present. So I urge you to please take the time and focus on yourself. The investment that you make in yourself now. We know that at the end of the day, that whatever time and energy and investment you make in yourself, every person that knows you, every person whose life you touch, they will reap the rewards of this investment that you're making today and every single day going forward. But that is your responsibility, and only you can take ownership of that. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I know it's such a cliche, and psychologists are very quick to say you cannot pour from an empty cup. But I promise you, it does take a bit of a commitment to yourself. The consequences of not looking after yourself and not taking care of yourself is quite severe: burnout, chronic fatigue, autoimmune illnesses. We see there's correlation with that. Mental health decline, and relationships being impacted. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And why would you want to? You don't even allow your cell phone to run empty. You always plug it in before it does. You don't try and drive your car without gas, do you? So why are you trying to run without gas? Why are you trying to continue without being plugged or charged properly or plugged in? So please, I hope you have taken a bit of knowledge from this, and you have created a plan, and that this is just the start of your journey. And going forward, you will keep on creating on this, which is not a marathon, it's not a race, it is a lifelong adventure, and it's your life. And that's your journey to partake in. Enjoy every moment. Life is precious. It is never promised. It is a gift. It is a daily gift. Thank you very much, Arch and Olive, for giving me the opportunity to talk to everyone, and for Russ Harris, that I got the permission to do a few of his exercises as well.